So I've been focusing recently on the Svadhisthana chakra, the second chakra at the sacrum down here. And this chakra is assigned to the element of water. And so it has a lot of the qualities of water. And one of the things that it does that I want to focus on today is that it coordinates. If you imagine how streams can flow into a river and then they flow out again, and water has this sort of very fluid, gathering, streaming out function in which it can coordinate all sorts of different processes. And this can happen in the body. And today I want to focus on the idea that from that chakra down there at the sacrum, we can coordinate all different other parts of the body working together. We'll try and build up that experience. So we can start in the sun prayer. Let's draw the legs together. And just become aware of this region here, imagining that we're gathering all our energies inwards to that point. And then from that point, we're flowing lightly upwards. So we're drawing in the gathering and flowing upwards. Let's take the hands down and just relax the body. We'll do a few movements like that first. Just gently gliding back up, drawing the legs in, gathering into the sacrum, flowing up lightly. Hands back down, gliding forwards once again. Breath flowing. You can feel the legs firm, swinging lightly up. And now building up the tension, so you squeeze the legs in, tighten the sacrum and flow further up and lightly out through the fingers. The fingers can come together at a light point. You can really build up this sense of a fluid kind of movement. Relaxing down. Gliding up. Drawing in with the legs. Tightening at the sacrum and flowing further up. And take the hands by your sides. Right, let's do the sun prayer, focusing on the second chakra as the coordinating center. Hands together. Taking the arms up. Again, squeeze the legs in, focus on the sacrum, flow further up through the body. Hands down, next to your feet. Right foot back. Move outwards into the legs, tighten at the sacrum, glide upwards through the body. Then the plank. Knees, chest and face down. And then the cobra. The downward dog. Right foot forward. Gliding up. Left foot forward. Glide out in front. Relax, swing up. Build up that flowing tension again. And hands by your sides. Do some more repetitions so that we can build up more this feeling that there really is a fluidly flowing movement through the body. Coming down, flowing up through the spine and the arms. Hands next to the feet, the left foot back. We flow through both legs along the ground, or close to the ground, and then upwards through the spine. And then into the plank. Knees down, chest and face down. And now the legs come close to the ground. The spine flows upwards. Downward dog. Lengthening through the spine. Left foot forward. You can float outwards into both legs. From the sacrum, you can float up. And the right foot forward. Moving out in front. Relax and up. Draw the legs together. Flow upwards. Hands by your sides. Once again, let's see if we can flow a bit further. We can stay with this idea from this coordinating sacrum. It brings about really this quality that we can flow in the different regions. Right foot back. Outwards into the legs. Upwards through the spine. And then the plank. Knees down, chest and face. Legs close to the ground, body flowing up. Downward dog. Right foot forward. Going out into both legs. Going up through the spine. Left foot forward. Glide out. Swing up. Grow. And the hands by your sides. And the other side. Come forwards, glide out. And left foot back. Blow upwards. Plank. Knees, chest and face down. Cobra. Downward dog. Left foot forward. Rising up. Right foot forward. Glide out in front. And then release and up. Grow again. The more you draw the legs together, the more the movement can flow all the way up through the body. And take the hands down. Okay, so I'd like to move on to a sequence of two poses that will link up. And this is the high lunge and then the swallow. So for the high lunge, take your right foot forward and your left foot is angled out slightly. You're going to keep the upper body with this movement flowing upwards. And we're going to come down into the legs. And let's just do a few of these movements so you can get that sense that from here, the sacrum, you flow outwards into the legs. Let's do a few of those. Pushing into the back leg so it stays straight as you come down. Now we'll do it again and we'll take the arms up. So we've got the down and up. This fluid movement coordinated from that one centre. And return. Change sides. So beware of your coordinating centre. Few leg movements. Back heel is coming up. As you lengthen out, you think of gathering in. So although the legs flow out, you can imagine the energy gathers in to the sacrum. Okay, and then the next time we'll take the arms up. And then really flow upwards through the body. And then back. So swallow, we're going to come into the high lunge, but then step up onto the front foot and go into the swallow. You come into the high lunge first. And you flow upwards again. Arms down, step up. It's not ideal way of doing it. Okay, that's better. You find your firm center there at the sacrum. And now lift the back leg. And return again. Let's come back into a high lunge again. And step forward. Change over to the other side. Uprightness in the upper body. Moving down and out with the legs. Flowing up. Giving that coordinating center. Hands down. Step up. Tighten in at the sacrum, raising your back leg, almost point back. And you lift the leg up. You can really push backwards into the leg and lift it as high as you can. And return. Back into the high lunge. And then forward. Okay, let's do that once again. Now we've got hammered it a little bit. Focusing on the Svadhisthana chakra, sacrum, as the coordinating center, all these different directions of flow. Upwards, down into the legs, up into the arms. Hands down, step up. Swallow. Raise the back leg. Return to the high lunge. Grow in the different directions again. And then return. Change sides. Out into the legs. Up through the body with the arms. Hands down, step up. And return. Up into the high lunge again. And then back. And let's come into a forward bend. It's a counter pose. You draw the legs together once again. Our coordinating center is here at the sacrum. Svadhisthana chakra. Arms light. And come right out forwards now. And again, you can think of this flowing movement outwards. and relax and come back up. Hands by your sides. So we'll come to another standing position, and this is the triangle of the sides. We're going to start by lengthening from our third chakra, Manipura chakra. This brings more equality and extension. You can literally extend out. Here we turn again. Change your feet around, so take the other foot to point out towards the end of your mat, and this foot to point towards the side of your mat. The feet are perpendicular. Step onto the pointed foot. Think of your solar plexus chakra now, and extend in two directions from the middle. And return. Okay, so we're going to bring some more activity into the legs and the Svadhisthana chakra this time. So 2 stages. We'll start by extending from here, then we'll start pushing more into the legs. So point the first foot outwards, feet are perpendicular again. And first we start to extend outwards from the solar plexus, the middle of the abdomen. And now we can start to push more actively into the legs, and it brings the Svadhisthana chakra into play. And you can continue and continue. It might be that your hand comes to the floor and you can push right up into the leg. And then return again. And try not to lose your balance when you come out. So the other side. Opening at the third center, Manipura chakra. And now extending out from that center. Now begin to push more into your legs. Continue. Maybe your hand comes to the floor and you can push more into the legs even further. And then return. Okay. Right. One more time on each side. So we've got the movement out. We've got the active push into the legs. And then we've got the return. And let's come around this time. Let's see if we can manage to come smoothly back to the starting position, as well as smoothly out. So starting from Manipura chakra in the middle, extending Svadhisthana into the legs. Come into the final position and push actively into the legs. And think about returning really smoothly. And come back. And the other side. Think of Manipura chakra. Extend out. because Svadhisthana chakra push into the legs. Come to the final position. Think of your return, that it's going to happen all smoothly. And come back. Okay, let's come down to a sitting position. And we'll go to the next position, the head to knee position over one leg. Ekapada paschimottanasana. So let's first of all imagine this flowing element again. So both legs are flowing along the ground. And if you really push outwards into your legs, you can feel a centering, a tightening movement happening here at the Svadhisthana chakra once again. And that makes you feel very supported from underneath. And it means that you can then flow upwards through the spine with much more lightness. Just experience that. We have a coordinating center at Svadhisthana chakra. Calm down. Change your legs around. Pushing out into both legs. Tightening in. That's Svadhisthana. And then flowing up through the spine. And experiencing this point of coordination. And back down again. Change the legs around again. Moving out into the legs again. Gathering in at the center. Blowing up through the spine and the arms. Take the right arm behind your back. And just take the left arm to a line, a diagonal. And now we're not going to do the movement by pushing forwards with the body. We're going to push with the legs instead. Push out with the legs and you get that tightening in at your sacrum. And as a result of that, there's just a natural flowing movement that comes forwards. We're really working with the legs. And we see how far the body comes. Let's come back up again. Take both arms up. Grow a bit more. Hands down. Change the legs around. Pushing out into the legs. Tightening in at the sacrum. Rising up. Sorry, left arm behind the back. Okay, we push into the legs and we glide forwards. Then come back again. Hands down, let's change sides again. Out into the legs. Tightening the Svadhisthana up through the spine. This time we'll keep both arms out in front. But do the same here. Push outwards into the legs. There's a real temptation to want to think of leading with your arms. We're pushing with the legs. And then we have the feeling that the whole upper body is carried. And the coordinating center is down at the sacrum. Hold it here. Let the breath flow. Now push with your legs a bit more and see if your body will come further. Pause again. Push with the legs a bit more. And then you can just take the hands slightly down, but don't round your back. Just stay really active with your legs. Let the breath flow. And come back up again. Hands by your sides. Change the legs around. Take both arms up. And now push outwards into the legs again. Tighten that sacrum, flow up further. Now think of pushing with the legs, and as a result of that, the body is just slightly carried forwards. It can flow out because it's not fixed. It's not striving. Push into the legs more. It's a kind of indirect way of working. Push into the legs again. Little pauses in between. Push into the legs once more. See how far the body comes. Just take the hands gently down to the foot, and we'll pause here. You can remain really active with the legs. Breath flowing, just gently lengthening. And then come back up once again. Hands down. And we finish with one final pose, and this is the cobra. Like to lie on your front. You can feel your legs really firmly contacting the ground. Pelvis is on the ground. And just keeping your arms in the air, raise up your chest looking forwards. Stay with the feeling of your legs contacting the ground. Breath flow. Come back down again. Okay, this time let's take the hands onto the floor under the shoulders. We'll still really stay with the experience of the legs. You can almost push the legs down and come up a little bit higher this time, keeping the shoulders down and back, pressing the pelvis into the floor. Come back down. You do this a few times, you can start to get the feeling that you're coordinating the movement from your sacrum. Legs having good contact, pressing down, and coming up. And back down again. So our theme is coordination from the sacrum. Press down, blow up, and down again. See if we can come up a little bit higher without the arms again. Take the hands behind your back, clasp your fingers this time, drawing your shoulders towards each other so you lengthen your arms back. Once again, the feet are firmly on the ground, the legs and see how high you can come. Come back down. Okay, once again with the arms on the ground, the hands on the ground, legs on the ground, sacrum, and come up, and this time you can flow a little higher, opening your chest. Draw the shoulder blades together, lifting the rib cage up. And come back down. Okay, we'll do the cobra one final time. And we'll pay attention this time to the forehead. The sacrum is remaining anchored. The forehead has an overseeing view. So be aware of those legs, pelvis, and curve your spine upwards. Be aware of the forehead. Which oversees the rest of the body. And come back down. Push back into child's pose. And then come back up. Finish up in a sitting position. Once again, we can feel the legs placed on the floor. The sacrum as our coordinating centre. And the natural flowing movement upwards through the spine. That we can experience now how, having worked with this element of coordination from the sacrum, we feel as if all the different parts of the body connect more naturally, more fluidly with each other. Okay, let's finish our session there.